How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. Why witches have cats? That's the title of this video. The association between witches and cats has deep historical roots, drawing from a mix of folklore, superstition, and cultural symbolism. One of the most enduring images of witchcraft is the witch with her familiar, often a black cat. This bond, which has captivated the public imagination for centuries, stems from both practical and mystical factors that have shaped perceptions of witches and their supposed powers. To understand why witches have cats, we must delve into the historical, mythological, and cultural reasons behind this unique relationship. Historically, cats were viewed as mysterious and enigmatic creatures, often associated with the supernatural. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered, especially by the goddess Bastet, who was often depicted with the head of a lioness or a domestic cat. Bastet was a goddess of fertility, love, and protection, but also one of war and vengeance. This duality made cats symbols of both nurturing and fierce protection. As witches were seen as women with hidden, often dangerous knowledge, it was easy for cultures to align them with the mysterious and powerful symbolism of cats. In the Middle Ages, when witch hunts were rampant, cats were often feared as symbols of evil or darkness. Cats, especially black ones, were believed to be witches, familiars, magical beings that assisted witches in their magical workings. This fear was fueled by the superstition that cats could be agents of the devil. It was thought that witches would transform into their cats to perform dark deeds, or that the cats themselves were demons in disguise. The idea of a witch and her cat becoming one entity made the relationship between them particularly potent in the minds of the accusers. The idea of witches having cats was further popularized by the Christian Church, which linked animals like cats to pagan rituals and heresy. In this view, witches' supposed ability to shape-shift into their cats or communicate with them further amplified their connection to the diabolical. The association between witches and their feline companions grew stronger as the persecution of both witches and cats intensified, particularly during the height of the Inquisition in the 16th and 17th centuries. Felines were not only symbolic in their association with witches, but also practical in their role within the witch's life. Cats were beneficial in homes and cottages, especially in rural areas where they served as guardians against pests like rats and mice. For witches, who were often seen as herbalists, healers, and caretakers of the home, having a cat was both a practical necessity and a way to bolster their mystical image. The cat's ability to guard and protect against unwanted invaders may have been interpreted as a reflection of the witch's own power to ward off evil or protect the home. The symbolism of the black cat in particular has had a significant role in the relationship between witches and cats. Black cats were often seen as mysterious, linked to the occult, and believed to possess otherworldly powers. In many cultures, black cats were considered to bring bad luck, especially if they crossed one's path. This superstition made them prime candidates for association with witches, who were themselves believed to be bringers of misfortune or magical change. In addition to their mystical significance, cats' independence and aloofness contributed to their link with witches. Cats are solitary creatures, often seen as fiercely independent and capable of existing without human intervention. This mirrored the image of the witch as an outsider, someone who lived apart from the conventional rules of society. Witches were often outcasts, and the cat, with its untamable nature, symbolized this aspect of their identity. The portrayal of witches and cats has evolved in popular culture. In the 19th century, during the rise of Gothic literature, witches' association with cats became more romanticized and fantastical. Cats were not just seen as sinister companions, but as loyal and mysterious beings with magical abilities of their own. In stories, witches and their cats would often share a deep bond, with the cat acting as a silent, knowing ally to its witchy counterpart. In literature, cats often serve as a way to reflect the nature of the witch. In Shakespeare's Macbeth, for instance, the witches are depicted as ambiguous and mysterious, and their connection to animals like the familiar spirits, including cats, symbolizes their otherworldliness. This connection has carried over into modern portrayals, where the cat is often shown as a witch's confidant, privy to her secrets and powers, further reinforcing the mystical bond between the two. The association between witches and cats also ties into folklore and magical traditions. Cats were believed to possess a special connection to the spirit world, able to see things that humans could not. Many cultures held the belief that cats had the ability to see ghosts, spirits, and other supernatural entities. This belief tied into the witch's role as a bridge between the natural and supernatural realms. Having a cat, particularly a black one, would amplify the witch's connection to these unseen forces. The notion of the witch's cat as a guide to the supernatural is also tied to the witch's ability to navigate between different worlds. In some folklore, witches would communicate with spirits or ancestors, and their cats will be present to help facilitate these conversations. This view of the cat as a mediator between realms further entrenched its place as an essential companion to the witch, an animal capable of traversing both the physical and spiritual worlds. Cats were also thought to possess special knowledge, a trait that was often attributed to witches as well. In some cultures, cats were believed to have healing powers or the ability to foresee the future. This connection to foresight and wisdom helped cement the idea that witches, who were often regarded as wise women with deep knowledge of the unseen, could share this affinity with their cats. The cat, like the witch, became a creature that possessed hidden knowledge and secrets. Modern perceptions of witches and cats are largely shaped by their portrayal in pop culture. In films, books, and TV shows, the image of a witch with her cat has become iconic, often emphasizing the witch's mystical aura and her deep connection to the mysterious. Cats in these portrayals act as loyal companions, sometimes with magical abilities themselves, and are often seen as helping their witches in various magical endeavors. This popular image continues to reinforce the long-standing association between witches and cats. Despite the deep and enduring link between witches and their feline companions, not all witches keep cats. The relationship between a witch and her familiar is deeply personal and can take many forms. Whether the familiar is an animal, spirit, or other form of magical entity. However, the connection between witches and cats has endured through the centuries, largely due to the cat's association with the mysterious, the magical, and the otherworldly, making it an enduring symbol of witchcraft in folklore and modern culture alike. So in conclusion, witches and cats share a unique and complex bond that stems from a combination of practical necessity, cultural symbolism, and mystical beliefs. From ancient Egypt to medieval Europe and into modern pop culture, the cat has been a constant companion to witches, embodying the qualities of independence, mystery, and magical power. Whether viewed as protectors, guides to the supernatural, or magical allies, cats continue to play a significant role in the enduring image of the witch. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so.